How's it going, everyone? It's Ben Falcon's Media Corner back again with a brand new video for today. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it's going to be on Kinda Pregnant. Now, this is a 2025 comedy film, and this is the latest from Netflix, as well as from Happy Madison Production. And this stars Amy Schumer, in which she plays this woman named Lainey, in which she has a plan in which she wants to settle down and start a family. But when that plan falls apart, she decides to put on a fake belly bump and tells a lie, and then she accidentally falls in love with the dream guy that she meets, played by Forte. So that's pretty much the story of Kinda Pregnant. Now, in terms of Happy Madison Production making a few modern comedy films with Netflix in recent years, they have made a few in the last few years that I generally find them being just alright watches myself, because I thought those movies that, from what I've seen, were just generally just okay. And they're certainly just like one-time watches myself, and they're the ones that I don't find myself ever revisiting again in the future. And while for the other modern comedy films they've been making in recent years, I just consider those other films being just absolute misfires, and the absolute worst that Netflix has ever done for their streaming service. But as for me going into this movie, I honestly did not know what to expect from this film in the slightest, even when I first saw the poster for this movie. But even after I did check out this movie on Netflix, which I did, I would have to put this one on the misfire side for Netflix's modern comedy films that they've made in recent years, because I thought this movie was just absolutely terrible. Honestly, the whole story here for this film just felt like a big excuse throughout the majority of this film, when we follow the whole journey of Amy Schumer's character. And her character in the film is such a horrible person here. Like, she's just so psychotically obsessed in where she's trying to have a family, and she's mostly like conning people in this film for her own selfish reasons. Like, she's conning families, friends, and co-workers and all that, which I was just like, what the hell, as I was watching this whole thing here on Netflix. And she's also like making vulnerable friendships with this new friend that she makes up with in this movie, and we do learn about their struggles within the film, which they were just completely uninteresting. And there's never even a single point in the film where we do see Amy Schumer's character learning a lesson of what she's done. Once we get to the point of the whole cat is out of the bag point, once the whole truth does eventually come out in the film, when she reveals the big lie that she's made up within the movie. And the humor in the film here, God, the humor in this film here is just so lowbrow for the amount of comedy aspects the film has to offer here, through some dialogue comedy as well as some situational comedy, and none of them were even that funny here. Like, most of them were just cringe-worthy at times here. Like, there's one scene in the film where three women are having a conversation, and at one point they talk about fermented sperm that's sitting inside a woman's vagina, and that was just not funny. And there's one where we see Amy Schumer going into a yoga class while wearing the fake baby bump, and it's basically a 5-minute sequence where it involves a comedic lines of dialogue, where it involves like breathing in the vagina and then exhaling through the butthole, in which eventually involves background actors farting for 5 minutes. And that wasn't even funny. And there's another scene where there's this character who's a school counselor character, in which she brings in a llama to this baby shower, and she's on about like squeezing its nipples onto a coffee as milk. But then Amy Schumer looks at it and she's like, you realize it's actually a male. And basically we understand that the school counselor has actually been jerking this thing off. And she's like, oh, I guess that's why my drink's so salty. And that was just, oh God, it was just so cringy here. And when it comes to Amy Schumer herself as the main lead, in which I'm not really a fan of Amy Schumer, to be honest. At the start, I didn't mind her as a film actress and comedian in the movie Trainwreck, but in recent years, I just don't think she's a really funny person, and I'm just not really a fan of her. And here, she was just completely unfunny, and she's just really unlikable throughout the majority of this film for what she does. And everyone else in the film, you've got some talented comedy actors in the film, like Jillian Bell, Brianne, Howey, and Forte. They were all wasted here. And all the other characters in the film here just felt wasted, and yet they were just completely unfunny here. Although Damon Wayans Jr. is in the film, which I do like him, he's pretty talented. And he's in a few scenes in this film, which he does deliver a few decent amount of comedy to give me a few laughs out of my system as I was watching this thing at home. But in all honesty, Kinda Pregnant is just more like kind of dog crap here. And this is definitely another one of Netflix's worst modern comedies that they've made in recent years. And if you're a fan of like raunchy comedies or Amy Schumer, this one might be a cup of tea, but in all honesty, I just skip this one entirely here. I'm going to give Kinda Pregnant 1 out of 5. Yeah, this is obviously a hard pass for me here. And this is truly one I just despise this one entirely from its overall existence here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my ACAF Restore review on Kinda Pregnant. And let me know what you think of this movie if you have seen this already or if you just recently checked this one out. And as always, this has been Falcon's Media Corner signing off.